Otherwise, we would have had a lot of unhappy people who can't make it today.
Exactly.
So Jeff, anyway, Jeff's been a member of I Take the Lead for 10 plus years. I don't know. I lost track of time. Um, but he's a multifaceted person. He very, very busy entrepreneur, and I'll let Jeff take over and share more information about Jeff.
So first things first, did I get the right screen up? What do you
How
see?
AI took over my marketing too with Jeff, and then
The
the
big,
next slide has you.
it's the big one, right? Or is it the small one? I think I got the wrong screen. So
Oh, okay.
let me get the technology of choosing which screen is right is always my biggest issue. So let's try it one more time. I've got too many things going on here, Becky. Can you blast that screen out of there? Tell me to stop sharing or something?
Oh, yeah, I could do that. Do you want to, this will stop others?
I can't
Yeah.
get. Well, something happened.
Did it? Oh, no. Sorry.
There we go. I don't
Yeah.
know what. Let's try a different screen. Maybe this one over here will be better. Right there. There we go. Share. Does that look like a
Oh,
picture?
okay.
screen. Yeah.
That's the right one. Yeah.
Does that look right? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, welcome, and we're going to talk a little bit about AI today and other things, I imagine. But let's get started with Jeff. Let's see what he has to say.
Hi, I'm Jeff Mays. I'm an insurance broker and lifelong learner. Welcome to How AI Took Over My Marketing, Part 2. I have been working around marketing for over 45 years. This past 10 months, I've seen more change in marketing than in all the years before. I have experienced firsthand some of the incredible impact of AI on the field of marketing. Today, I will reveal a few secrets to leveraging AI to create high-quality blog posts, short videos, and social media content. You will also learn about the numerous advantages of using AI in marketing, such as saving time and enhancing creativity. All this comes with potential challenges of using AI, such as data management and the risk of losing the human touch. I'm glad you're here and happy to share some of the knowledge I have learned. Remember that AI is constantly changing, and I'm trying to keep up. It's time for me to pass it over.
Well, that was not the real Jeff.
Hi, I'm Jeff May.
So today, are we seeing the right screen, Becky? You seeing how AI was changing marketing?
It's changing the marketing scene. Yeah, the big picture of it. Yep.
Awesome. Okay, we're in good shape now.
Okay,
Well, that was AI. A while back, what I decided to do was clone my voice, and I did that for a reason. And the reason was not just for fun, it was that my assistant could then do something about my marketing when I'm not here. And she can make those videos every day or whenever I tell her to, and make it seem like I'm making them. So my voice is on the videos that I make normally. I want to keep somewhat involved and make it seem like I'm here. And now that was DID.ai, the little picture there, you put your picture in and you can clone your voice and put it right into the talking head, per se. So, I think there's a lot of fun you can have with this stuff, but sometimes I wonder how much of it is worthwhile, right?
right.
Maybe you all do too. You can have fun, but let's see if there's some way to make it start to work. So I think when I started this back in February, I started looking at AI. One of the guys at one of our I Take the Lead groups, I don't know if Marcus is here, I can't see the full group, but Marcus Thompson was talking about it. And I just took off on it. And I found that it was really interesting. It was a lot of fun. And it was something that's really changing our world. You think about what's happened in a year or less than a year now, 10 months maybe. It's insane. and what people are using it for. But I think there's been a slowdown. There's been a little ramping up of it where we said, okay, it's fun, it's cool, it's whatever. But now what do I do with it? And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. So we've seen a lot of changes. We've seen a lot of different things that could happen. And, it's changed the marketing scene from the standpoint of it's much easier to generate things. We're able to now build things like chatbots that are trained on our material. So if you had a chatbot that you wanted to put on your website, you could have that chatbot go and read your entire website, understand all the products that you might have, understand all the services that you might offer, and that chatbot would be better trained to answer questions when people ask the questions. I think that in itself, I deal with chatbots almost all day long in insurance because nobody has people anymore. And I have to deal on chatbots, and you keep saying, let me talk to a representative or let me pay a bill. And it's like, I'm sorry, Bill isn't here.
Yeah.
You're not getting the right information because they didn't train their chatbot about their information, And I think that is probably one of the most frustrating things I do on a daily basis. I'm sure Lynn sounded like he's been there too.
Oh, yeah.
But it's crazy that people aren't doing it, but they can. And that's one cool thing that's come out of this. Marketing tools, we can become much more effective at figuring out what works. If you've ever been like me, I've spent not a lot of money, but I spent some a couple of years ago during COVID on Facebook ads. And when I'd ask the person that was helping me with it, I'd say, can you tell me what it did? Can you show me how much money it brought in? Can you show me how many people it reached, where they were located? Questions that anybody would want to know, I think. And she couldn't tell me. She said, I can show you this stuff from Facebook, but I really can't boil it down and show you what it means. Well, again, AI can disseminate and rebuild and make that material now into much more understandable things. And I think that's a great tool for especially a marketing agency. And then, of course, content creation. And I think that's probably, I use AI every day, basically, to do content creation. And it's not only what I'm going to call fun, but it's also good because I'm putting out, basically a post every day of some sort, whether it's insurance or personal development or whatever it is. And by doing that, I'm getting a lot more followers, and when you get those followers, then they start seeing you, they get used to you, they figure out that you might be somebody that could help them when they need whatever it is you have. I know Becky puts out a ton of posts, and that material is good. But, the more often you get in front of people, the more often they're going to remember you when they need something that you have. But guess what? Guess what's happened? We've had some really bad stuff go out there, and I'm guilty of it too. When we first started doing blog posts and social media posts, and I'd type in something like, write a story about auto insurance, and it would write something and probably wasn't even true. And I'd say, oh, that's cool, let's use it. And then you go back and read it a week or two later and you go, that was crazy, And I think, why does that happen? Well, a lot of reasons for it. One is if I went and typed that same instruction, whatever it is that I type, and Dion or Lynn or Becky went and typed the same thing, they get the same answer. So we're all getting the same answer from the same chatbot. So one of the things that's happened, and it's been, I can't tell you dates, but it's been a few weeks ago, is that they came up in ChatGPT or GPT-4, they came up with a section where you can go and get your, what they call custom instructions. Everybody's seeing the custom instructions down the lower left corner of my ChatGPT.
Yeah. Yep.
So what you can do is you go down to your name and click on it, then up to custom instructions, and you can set some instructions in there that will tell it a certain way to respond no matter what happens, right? So in this case, I've typed in there, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I said, I'm living in Vancouver, Washington. I'm an insurance broker and a personal development coach. And it goes on and talks more about what I do and how I do it. And then in the second part, it says, how would you like ChatGPT to respond? And I've said, and again, I'm doing these little daily posts about things, and I want it to be at a 10th grade level. I want it to be responses of medium length. I don't want a 50-word answer. I want like a 500-word blog post. And you can call me Jeff. And lots of times ChatGPT will write something and say, hey, Jeff, this is what I think. And it's kind of nice to have that response with it.
Yeah.
And I want it to remain neutral. You know, it can get, I won't say prejudice, but can certainly get opinionated sometimes when you're typing something and it starts to take an opinion because of a word you might have used. So anybody that's got the paid service with OpenAI can go on here and type in their custom instructions. And then the thing you gotta remember, if now all of a sudden you start selling bread on the street corner, you gotta go in here and change it, where everything you write is gonna be based on these instructions. So it's really easy to change. You just highlight it and delete it, right? And then save it. So that's something that all of us, that anybody's using the OpenAI product that's paying for it, you can go do that. A couple of other things that have happened really recently is when you click on that chat, the GPT-4 side of it, a couple cool things have happened. They've now got, you can browse, you know, so it'll actually go on the internet through Bing and look at things. Advanced data, you can put in some additional stuff in there. You could use pictures. My picture one isn't on this account yet, but you can put in pictures. And it's got a bunch of plugins, and you can go in those plugins and like scrape a website and get information off of it, pull pricing or products or whatever it is. And then kind of the fun one, right? Dolly is their picture creator. This morning, I went in and told it to make anybody that knows me knows my Ruby. I've got a golden doodle, and I said, you know, create a fluffy golden doodle with soft, wavy fur sitting in front of the insurance office, right? And there it is. Kind of looked like her, really.
Oh, really? Wow. Huh.
That's kind of fun. But that's kind of more the exception than the rule, right? You can just fun stuff. But you can use that in advertising. That robot that you saw at the first screen, that was created that way. So I started looking at this probably in May or June, and I said, how can I use this more effectively? It's fun stuff, but let's do something that's really better and able to help me run my business. And one of the things that I probably I have a degree in marketing from 50 years, 40 years ago, whatever it is. And the degree back then, it was telephone book, it was mailers, and it was the signs along the street, the custom billboards. And that was really what we did for advertising, maybe some TV. And now I don't think the phone book's gone pretty much, right?
Yeah, isn't it? We were talking about that the other day.
I saw a Yellow Pages truck, but they weren't delivering because they used to get those little tiny ones still, but not. I haven't seen those in a couple of years.
Yeah,
that's gone. The billboards, they've cut those down to where you can't hardly have a billboard anymore. Or visual pollution, I guess. And radio and TV, really, it's changed so much because they do that niche marketing with Comcast. You can advertise by zip code.
Is that Ruby?
Exactly. She's working at the kids next door.
Oh, okay.
And I've got a dance studio next door to my office, and they come and go. And
oh, okay.
sorry about that. But a custom marketing plan, actually coming up with something that I could implement that would help me in my business is something that I said, okay, let's go make one. So I came up with a prompt, and we'll get this to open up here. I used Bard here. Now there's more than three, but there's three main AIs people are using: the GPT, ChatGPT, GPT-4, and then Bard, and then Claude. So I thought I'd show all three of them just as
Okay.
an example. And I went in here and I made a prompt. The prompt's up here on top. The prompt, when we make these prompts, just typing in, give me a marketing plan for my business, that doesn't really do much to help you. It's going to
No.
give, but it's not really going to be personalized. So what I've found is if you start out and tell them, remind the AI that they're a strategic marketing advisor in this case, and they're going to craft an engaging, persuasive marketing plan for a seasoned insurance agent named Jeff Mays. Well, I won't read the whole prompt, but that is,
Jeff, people are, now what we see is a custom marketing plan, show me. Are we supposed to be seeing something else?
you're supposed to be seeing something else.
Yeah,
The screens aren't changing.
yeah.
Well, what's going on? Let's try this again. Okay. I don't know what's going on here. Let's see. Well, that should be this screen. Okay, let's see if that works.
Recording in progress.
Do you have a
Oh, yeah, Bard.
Joe's Bard on there?
Yeah,
There we got it. Yeah.
Okay. I
I
guess
thought it was just me.
it's just,
yeah.
yeah, it's just you.
I thought you weren't ready to do it yet.
I'm moving along, so I don't know what's going on. It still didn't have the green frame around. Normally it has a green frame, so I don't know what's going on there. But if it doesn't move, tell me, because I don't want you to miss it. But anyways, I'm giving it a custom instruction here. I'm writing out a prompt that's going to tell it what to do, right? So I'm telling it it's got to be a strategic marketing advisor. It's going to craft engaging, persuasive marketing plan for me. And I'm going to tell them about my business, what I do, how long I've been around. My customer, my ideal client is a 40 to 60-year-old business owner who owns homes and autos and has assets over $1 million. That's my ideal client for my insurance business. So, and I tell it to be friendly and persuasive and emphasize my empathy. Well, I can hardly say that. And understanding of the challenges faced by the target. So tell it all that. I say, okay, make me a plan. And it comes back and it creates a plan here. It tells it, kind of rephrases what I said, tells it my goals, tells me my strategies and tactics, and then it starts by giving me a timeline. And the timeline says identify target audience and develop buyer personas. We'll talk about a little bit more about that in a minute. And then research relevant industry events and professional organizations. I found I take the lead there. Oh yeah, okay, that's right, we're there. You got to have some place to go market, right? And then it says start attending those events, follow up with influencer collaborators. I mean, this is some good stuff considering what I wrote in, right?
Right.
Now, if I didn't, the nice thing about Google's product right now, and it's going to change real soon, but they give you 3 drafts to look at. So if you say, oh, that's not quite what I want, pretty good chance this might help you more, or maybe the final one, which is the 3rd one. But all 30-day plans all have some great ideas, and certainly, how do I do this? Well, it starts to give you some ideas. And I think that's important, because if we have an idea, we're able to follow up on it.
Yeah. So Bard is Google's?
Bard is Google's.
Okay.
Now, if I can get this bar down here, let's see if I can get Claude open. Okay, you seeing Claude now?
Uh,
Is Claude also Google?
No,
Some of it's the first
Oh yeah,
one.
it's Claude. I see the yeah, it's in the Claude if you look.
oh
on the-
yeah.
up. Yeah, it's Claude. yeah.
Claude, yeah.
so Claude, I took the same prompt and put it in here and said, okay, what's the difference? It's kind of interesting. What did the 3 things do differently? And
Yeah.
this one actually comes up with like a daily activity, which is what I really wanted to do. Set up different things each day, research target audience, kind of the same as the other one said. finalize core messaging, and then you get down here a little ways, it sends first email to the contact list, and every day gives you something to do for the first 30 days.
Oh, wow. Huh.
So back in June, probably the middle end of June, I set up one of these for my business, and I started doing it. And I have used that. I think it was a 45 or 60 day I set up, but it's still on my wall here, and I use it every day. Keeps me on track, tells me what I should do.
And where do we find Claude? That's part of AI?
Yeah, Claude is
Yeah.
Claude.ai. It's right there. And Claude's a company, Anthropic is the company that owns them. And there's some people
Okay.
at OpenAI that left and started their own thing.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
More and more of, right? So
Yeah.
that's Claude.ai. Claude sometimes, I mean, my personal experience, Claude sometimes makes up stuff. You got to watch out a little bit.
Yeah.
A couple weeks ago, I had been walking down the street with my dog. We're out for a walk, and I saw a sign on the fence post, and I had one of those, whatever you call them, little things that take a picture of it and send you to the website. And I went in there, and they said that my neighbors sold their 5 acres, and they're going to build 100 apartments behind me, my house. Not real happy about that. But so I started, how do you fight this? And I spent about 2 hours with Claude going through there, and went back and looked at the research material that Claude gave me, and it was actually for somebody in New Mexico.
Oh, wow.
So you got to kind of, it was saying you go to so and so and this city councilor and this and that, and none of those people are here. They're in Albuquerque, New Mexico. So you got to kind of watch. I mean, don't
Yeah.
everything that AI does, I guess, is my
Yeah.
always verify it. Always make sure it's right.
That's important to know if you've got something that's specific to a state. If you've got
Yeah.
restrictions on a state you're marketing in, that you're getting something from a different state, that could screw you up. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Or if
Yeah.
you go down to the city council and say, hey, you didn't approve this subdivision in Woodbridge Village, and they're looking at you like, huh? Where's Woodbridge?
Yeah.
So one of the things I'm actually playing with right now, and I'm taking a class on that I think will be really fun, is building a custom avatar. So I kind of know my ideal client, but part of the problem is unless I call Lynn up, Lynn's my ideal client, right? Unless I call Lynn up and pick on him and say, hey, Lynn, what do you think about this? He'd probably tell me, but a lot of people wouldn't, So now what I'm doing is I'm building a custom avatar that I can ask questions to, and it will respond just like GPT does or Claude does, and it will come from that place. So that'll be part 3, right?
Now
Custom,
the avatar is for you or for your ideal client?
my ideal client.
Oh, okay.
So I can go on and say, okay, I'm planning to do a $10 million Facebook advertising campaign using this approach. What do you think? They'll say you're stupid. No. The idea is that you get a response from somebody that would be your client that makes help you out in your marketing or so that was kind of interesting. I'm right in the middle of that. I'm week 2 of 12. So content creation. We talked a little bit about this, but making blog posts, social media posts, newsletters, press releases, etc. Those are all things that you can use in your business. I was with another insurance agent Friday afternoon, and he said, well, what would you do about, I need to write this letter. So I went and wrote the letter. I was at lunch today with a massage therapist in our I Take the Lead group at lunch. Said, I'm trying to put on this class. What would you send out for a post on Facebook? And I took out my phone, believe it or not, took out my phone, wrote it, and sent it to her.
Wow.
This stuff's not that hard. It's just a matter of putting in the right stuff, and then you go modify it, right? You may know exactly what it says. Short videos have been one of my favorite things to do. And I've really enjoyed them. I've got 2 different programs I use, and it's just kind of fun. And it gets that, I think a lot of people like video and like looking at stuff versus reading it, right? So I wanted to show you a couple of 3 examples, right? Here's a blog post that I post on blogger.com, and this is one off there, and it's, basically, this is one of my morning things. I do these positive, hopefully make you feel good kind of things every morning.
Yeah.
Just keep the positive stuff out there. You take the little video and implant it, and then there's a blog that goes with it. And there's a sequence that I go through that creates the blog, then it creates the 6 lines of copy that go in the video, and make the video, or record the voice, make the video. It's all AI. And it's really what's fun, but it's also, the last time I looked, I think I'm kind of focusing on LinkedIn for business. And I think I've gone from like 800 people on LinkedIn to like 2,500.
Oh, wow.
Getting a lot of folks that are looking at that.
So you're putting the videos out on LinkedIn as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
So by doing that, again, they're not calling up tomorrow saying I need insurance or whatever the case is, but I'm getting these messages from them, thank you. And I get a chance to go back and forth with them a little bit to get to know you. It's not a sales pitch. It's just, get to know people. And as you get to know them, then when they think about, oh, yeah, there's that bald-headed geek that was talking about whatever. Yeah. And that's kind of what we wanted to do. That's what it's all about. So I've enjoyed doing that. That's a lot of fun. I think I counted this morning 89 blogs, and I'd done 2 in the last year. So I've done 1 a day, basically.
So the words that's in the video itself.
Yeah.
So it's just saying the same thing.
So, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So this
5
one,
benefits of having a contractor's insurance
turn that
policy.
up.
1, liability protection from lawsuits. 2, covers loss of equipment and tools. 3, completed work coverage for later damages. 4, protection from customers' claims against you. 5, peace of mind to focus on your work. Protect your clients and yourself. Get contractor's insurance today. 5 benefits of
So those little guys are usually 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And they're quick and easy, and people like them, or they go on, I guess. But yeah, when they like them, then you get a chance to, again, you see who they are, you get your likes, and you can see who liked it, and you can drop them a note and say thanks for liking it, or whatever the case might be, depending on the platform. You can correspond with them. So all this gets pretty, well, it's work, right? I'm not talking about anything that's easy here. I'm talking about making a little extra work every day to make something new. And I started thinking about, well, there's got to be a better way to do this. And one of the things that I learned about was a system called Groove AI. And Groove AI takes this stuff and makes presets so that you can do what you want to do more quickly. And I've been using this for a little while now, since it came out. It's still in beta. But it's, basically you're using the API of OpenAI, which is ChatGPT, and you're using their API, and you've got to go in there and pay for it. You pay a few cents every time you use it. But then you're setting up some presets. Now I've got a few different ones here that I've got, and they're all different things, but I've got, my daily little post. I use Dan Kennedy for that. My ideal insurance client, I've got some options here I set up. It says act like a social media manager. It says the target is insurance shoppers. Reading level is 10th grade. If you start messing with that reading level, and I have, you get to a college level, and I've got a college degree, but I don't get some of the stuff they write. I just said 10th grade's a good,
Yeah.
And then I'm using Gary Vaynerchuk as the style. and I'm writing for that 45 to 60-year-old married couple living in Washington, Oregon, homeowner, 2 or more cars, making over 125,000, have personal assets of $1 million or more. So everything that I write in this account has that basis to it. Yeah. And then I'm gonna come in here, and I mean, this gets, it looks complicated, but once you figure out what you want to do, it's not very complicated. I do it in about 5 minutes every morning.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks really complicated.
So the work is getting initially set up, then it gets easier, right?
Yeah, and you save it, and then it's, boom, off you go.
Hmm.
Well, let's say you wanted to write a blog post. It's going to write a blog post. You wanted to write a, I don't know, what do we want to write? Let's do a video script with a voiceover. It would give you that right there. You just pick it. Or you want to write an article for a magazine. You just pick what you want to write, and it'll frame it for you that way. So you don't have to rewrite it 5 times. We'll just stick with the blog post for now. And then framework, you can choose if you want keywords, if you want a snippet. I always use those in there. And then this is the part you can change, easily. You want to make it engaging, conversational. I usually
Oh,
say
really?
friendly and optimistic. Those are all things I like to be.
I would
about.
have to try sarcastic just to see what it did.
Can you imagine?
Sure, you wanted sure.
Sarcastic, creative, banning you from Facebook for life. Yeah. Conversational, and then the goal is to increase conversions, lead generation, and generate sales. Okay, and then I would come in here and let's just pick a subject. This will take a minute, so we'll have a minute to talk here. Let's just say umbrella insurance, because I've got it in the insurance market here. And all I'm going to type in is just the word umbrella insurance. I can't type. You ever notice how you can always type until you get on screen? And then
Oh, I know.
So I'm just going to let that run for a minute. It'll take it a couple of minutes here, probably. But it's going to write a whole 500-word blog post just off those 2 words. And as it does it, that gives me a pretty good, I'll read through it and change it around a little bit maybe. But it's going to remember that I live in the Pacific Northwest. It's going to remember that, might say something about the evergreens, and kind of amazing what it comes up with sometimes.
Jeff, did you put in the search words, or does that generate search words based on what you're looking for?
Yeah, I just typed in umbrella insurance.
Okay, but I saw it had other key search words that it popped up. That's the first thing it said. So it populates the SEO search words for you.
Yeah,
Cool.
It's right there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Excerpt. So if you're doing a Facebook post, that's what I use for the under the picture or by the picture.
Right.
And then the responsible. I usually put those in front, but you can put them in the middle. But then if you were going to take that and wanted to play with it and format it, you can just do it all right here. Just pull it over and start changing it around. It's got an editor there. But that's a great time saver because I can do things. It's also great if I wanted to go back and look at one. Talk about too much data. You get way too much. You start doing this stuff, and now I can go back and find, surviving the hard insurance market. Oh, I want to play with that one again. So I go back and say, let's regenerate it. And it will go back and remember, I wanted a 6-line summary with no longer than 9 words. And boom, there it is.
Oh, wow, okay.
Nice.
So now this one is called
Groove AI.
Groove AI, and you said it costs you.
Well, I don't know what it's going to cost you. It's a beta right now, so I bought into the launch.
Oh, I got you.
It looks like you have to put groove.ai to find it.
Groove.ai, yeah.
Okay.
But these things are, the idea is you're starting to stand out from the crowd and you're doing something that's more like you.
Yeah.
that's what we all want to do, eventually. And that little tool is a great tool. So you don't have to type out those great big long prompts that tell them what you do every time. But I guess, what I'd say is there's a whole lot of stuff happening with this, and I'm not an expert. I was talking to a guy that is an expert yesterday. He said, "Well, you know as much as I do." And I'm like, "Well, I don't." Talks way higher than I do. But the idea is that any of us can embrace some of this and use it, and it can save you some time. It's going to take you a little bit of time to learn it, probably.
Yeah.
Once you do it, I mean, that blog, I remember taking an hour to try to write a blog post a lot of times. And I'd still have to go back and do it again. It wasn't right. And now it's a matter of minutes that I can edit it, change it, make it worthwhile, get those posts out there so they do some good in the world. But by saving that time and money, you can, in my case, I wanted to have something that my assistant can do that can get those out there for me and still make it sound like me.
Mhm.
She can do that when I'm dead, right? I mean, there's a thought. I'll never die.
Jeff's business continues on.
AI has me forever.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's just so many things out there that you can do, and I guess I would challenge everybody that's here that is thinking about it just to try something. And if you get lost or confused or whatever, I'm happy to help you with what I know. Not a whole lot that I know. But I also thought about, the thing I could do for anybody that's here today or catches the replay, just a little free consultation and give you a marketing plan. I look at this as a way for me to get better at it because I've written mine. I need to write mine again right now. But, if we sat down and talked for 20 minutes and I learned about your business and what you do and how you do it and came up with a 30-day marketing plan for you, I'd learn a lot about what you do and I'd learn how to do this better, right?
Yeah.
So there's a thought for you.
Well, that's a great idea.
Starting with a little step, be happy to help you with that. So just email me. And I guess that's the same basic thing right there. But yeah, so that's, if there's questions, I'll be happy to go back to anything, but that was what I had. So,
I do have one. Are you using AI to generate some of the things you put out on TikTok?
yeah, everything.
Yeah. So that's kind of neat. You can go on different, do things that format for different types of social media.
Yeah.
Because not everything fits every format.
Right.
So that actually could be a real time saver.
In that little, and I won't go all the way back to it, but in that little program called Pictory that I use, they have 4 different formats. You just pick which one you want to format.
Oh, nice.
Which
nice.
For the videos?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's real easy. I just usually do the square one that fits on everything. So.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure we have a lot of questions. I've muted everybody if you weren't already muted. So just unmute yourself or raise your hand or put it in the chat, whatever you're most comfortable with. But the real person has to step up and ask the question, not your AI. No. So yeah, do we have any questions or
Jeff's
comments?
gone. Jeff's gone. He's eating a sandwich.
Yeah. Kent, I see you. Do you have any questions? Have you started using AI at all for your business?
No, not really.
Yeah.
I've been too busy with life to even bother trying to do anything like this yet.
I hear you. I know. It just seems like it would be a lot of work to get it set up. I have done a little bit with ChatGPT, but not anything like Jeff has.
So Jeff, just in general, how much time do you think you've spent just learning and getting things set up before actually being able to use it effectively?
what I'm doing, especially with like the videos, maybe 2 days, 3. You know, it's taken me longer. Well, it took an hour maybe to train the voice. And then it's
Oh,
taken
wow.
a little bit of time to just to go in and play with it. But if you look back in the videos in April and May, you'd go, well, they're a little bit different, but they're still basically the same.
Jeff, when we were watching the video, and I don't know if it was just on my end, if there was some lag, but like there was your mouth and the voice were like kind of off. Was that kind of just, is there just some latency still with the AI, or was that just
Yeah,
not going well on our end?
I don't think DID, which is that program that does the talking head, I don't think it's quite there yet.
Okay.
No, it's fun.
Did you select the option that said Kung Fu movies from the 70s?
Yeah,
Because that would
that's
do
what
it.
it was.
That wasn't what I thought that's what you wanted.
So I just recently started using the AI, and the first time I used it was I found out the hard way at a financial advisor who put me in some really risky investments and held them too long. I wasn't
Ooh.
aware of that, and then I found out that lawyers will only take the case after you've lost $1 million or more because they work on a contingent, and nobody wants to deal with a loss of less than $1 million. And that wasn't me, fortunately and unfortunately. So I did have enough friends who are attorneys, so they gave me some advice. So I use ChatGPT to write the demand letter to send to the broker to send to his insurance company to say, hey, we got to resolve this. So, well, that was the first thing I used ChatGPT because I am not a writer, but ChatGPT is,
Yeah.
and I wrote a very well written demand letter. I'll say,
Oh, very cool.
Nice.
yeah, yeah. 'Cause I wouldn't even know where to start on that, and I
Yeah.
just put it in, told it like kind of the parameters, and it just did it.
Amazing. It really is.
Yeah.
Can I,
Yeah.
I'm Kari, and I don't have a
Hi, Kari.
picture. I don't have a picture because somehow I eradicated it.
Well, I know who you are, Kari.
Well, I tried to do a blur background, which has always worked, and then it just took me out. So I'm sorry
Oh.
about that.
Yeah.
But my question is, which would you, I know they're different, but which would you recommend, Jeff, between Claude.ai and Groove.ai?
Well, they're two different things, right? Claude is a chat bot, and Claude will answer just like GPT does. You type something and it'll give you an answer. Groove AI is more of it uses, it formats things for you in your own way. So it's a little bit different. Claude's just going to give you a standardized response. So it depends what you're trying to do. If you're just trying to do an open thing that not real specific to you, Claude would be fine. I guess the second thing I would say is that ChatGPT, GPT-4, with those custom instructions is probably the second best thing. And then if you want to get really more specific, right now Groove AI is one of the better ones. There'll be more. This thing every week. It's crazy.
What do you use for your videos that you put out?
I use a little program called Pictory.
Pictory?
I use two different ones. I use in video, but it's like for the bigger ones, longer ones. I can show you this if you want.
I put a link in the chat for Pictory.
Oh, thank you.
You see Pictory up there?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's pretty. Let's see, where's my project? I guess got to log in. It says in there. Okay, proceed. So, well, it's not doing what I want it to do. There we go. My projects. It's like Lynn was saying. How do you change the format?
Yeah.
If this loads, we'll just take one. Here's one I did yesterday. I haven't done one yet today. Got
I didn't think
busy
so. I didn't
doing-
see one anyway.
got busy doing something else today. I wonder what it was. But I can actually go back into the project and just change the formatting of it. It may not, it may be taking too much bandwidth. Going on. I think that's the problem. But it's, yeah, basically you can change it to the 4 different formats and download it.
Oh, okay.
Video, text. Let's see if I can. So that one, when I go to download, well, it's just going to do it. Sorry, I picked the wrong button. But there are some settings there you can do it and choose which one you want. Square right there. Landscape, square, and portrait. I guess there's just the 3.
Oh,
of those.
okay.
You can change that to landscape and then be the full width.
Yeah.
You could download it just by going there. And it would create a different one, but you could use that on what, maybe LinkedIn or something.
And Jeff, what did you use to generate your virtual Jeff?
Virtual Jeff, the picture is DID, D-ID. I think it's DID.io.
IO.
Okay.
No, it's not. That's not correct. My computer didn't remember it right. It's hard to know. Everybody's using different last domains. There it is, right there.
Yeah. Oh,
They
okay.
got
D.
free
ID.
trial, and I played around with this one a little bit. Right, Becky's seen most of these, but create new characters on. I was using Stable Diffusion, and then started using Bard now, Bard. Let's see, go to
And Bard. Wow, there's a lot of them now. Because last time I think you were
So-
using 3 major ones. Oh, yeah.
So like, this guy, I generated Yoda, right?
Yeah.
For young Padawans, we must. A secret I have to share, yes. Napoleon Hill, a master of wisdom he was. The path to success he has found. Her. In the mastermind group, you will be.
I don't know about your cheerleader, Jeff.
Yeah.
No, they changed right about when I did that. They changed the deal. You can't make it lifelike anymore. You gotta do something different. Anyway, it's world's
Yeah.
changing. Everything's changing. Yeah. Anyhow, lots out there, lots of fun stuff to do.
Yeah.
Just keep playing with it, I guess.
Well, it keeps changing too. So, so do we have any other questions? Or comments or? So,
Hi, Andy here. Sorry I
hi.
came in late. Hello, all. Hello from Southern California. I got your email about the 30-minute consultation, and I actually looking forward to it. Do we set up an appointment, or is there a particular good day and or weekend available, that sort of thing?
Yeah, if you send me an email, I'll send you back my schedule and you can find a time.
Okay. I'm a new business owner, so I'm trying to get all the help I can get.
Yeah.
What's your email, Jeff?
Jeff@jeffmays.us.
Really, that's it?
Are you on LinkedIn?
Yep.
Yeah. And just so you know, especially the late bloomers, latecomers, I'll be sending out a replay and I'll go ahead and send Jeff's information. So if you didn't get it,
Super.
so that you can reach out to him and find out. So yeah, you said 20-minute consultation and then you'll provide a marketing plan for them. Is that what you said, Jeff?
Yep.
No?
A little marketing. Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Okay, just making sure, because I was gonna put it in the email. You might want to send it over to me to make sure I get it right. Yeah, so good. Tim, you have any questions or anybody else have any questions? Chris?
I think this is something where people have to jump in and start working with it, and then they'll create questions.
I know,
You know,
exactly.
the key I've gotten from Jeff is, you know, you gotta, if you want to figure it out, you gotta jump in and start playing with it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know what I don't know, so.
yeah. Well, Jeff, do you still have your the group going, the Facebook group?
Yeah. Facebook group's still out there. I can give you that link if you don't have, you probably have it, Becky.
Well, I'm a member. But I didn't want to promote it unless I knew that you were. So I'll put that in there.
I haven't done much in there lately, so thank you.
Yeah, you might have some potential new members.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Let's see. Thank you. Sorry I couldn't stay engaged, but I'm looking forward to watching the recording. Okay, Ruben. Thank you, Ruben.
So you can use, here's an idea. If you want to try it, you can use ChatGPT to do a funny Christmas card newsletter for your family.
Oh, that's a good idea. Have you tried that yet?
No, but I've done funny poems and funny newsletters before where I just make stuff up and people always like that. So I'm thinking you could really get crazy with ChatGPT, just give it a couple scenarios and let it run.
Yeah, I haven't sent out a Christmas card for years. That'd be funny to do. Oh, well, thank you, Jeff. I really appreciate your time and effort and of course I didn't even know you were doing all that on LinkedIn. I follow you I try to like your stuff on YouTube and Facebook and TikTok and Instagram, but LinkedIn, it looks like you're putting different stuff over there. So you've been busy.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Having a lot of fun.
So good.
I think LinkedIn, you know, it's a different crowd.
Yeah, it is.
It's kind of turned from a get a job website into a marketing website, which is weird. But TikTok, I think in April when I did the webinar, you said something about TikTok, and I went to one of my meetings the next week, and I said, what social media do you use? There's 5 or 6 people there. Everybody said TikTok, and I'd never even been on TikTok. So.
Yeah, I hadn't either before it started. So yeah.
So that was like, now I for some reason it times out on me sometimes when I go to upload. But yeah, I'm trying to get everything.
Yeah. I create everything on TikTok. I like TikTok, and then I share it with the other ones. So yeah.
That's where I make my cat videos.
Yeah. Yeah. If you haven't looked, Lynn, you got or Jeff, you have to look at Lynn's cat.
And my cat is now being mentioned on a radio show every day. So
nice.
He's getting airtime based on those videos. So
wow, that's very cool.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to see Becky's TikTok dance videos.
Dance videos?
Yeah, the dance challenges. Yeah. I haven't done any of the challenges because I don't know where to find them, but
yeah, I'm not gonna do the dance ones. I've seen some though. Yeah. I didn't know it was a dance challenge. Now I get it. Makes more sense because they're busy dancing. So yeah, funny. Well, good. Well, we're just about at the end. As a reminder, I will be sending out the video to this. Thank you, Lynn, for reminding me to hit record. Otherwise, we would have had a lot of frustrated people. But and I'll send you Jeff's information, and so you can reach out to Jeff and take advantage of his very generous offer. So thanks everybody for being here. We'll go ahead and end the meeting unless anybody has any last minute words of wisdom or questions, real quick questions that they want to get?
Thank
while
you,
we're
Jeff.
here?
Yeah, thanks, Jeff. I look forward to meeting with you soon, sir. Appreciate it. Everyone else have a beautiful evening from Southern California.
Thank you, Andy.
Thanks, Jeff.
Appreciate it, Jeff.
Here, everybody.
Good.
See-
Thanks.
Bye, everybody. Nice seeing you all.